Hello, everyone. I hope that wherever you are, you're doing well, and I want to thank you for stopping by and visiting with us. Now, today I would like to talk to you about a few things that have been on my mind. Now, with what's been going on in the past couple months with the pandemic, sometimes it's easy for us to fall into a depression, and I have had my days where I have felt like there were clouds, storm clouds, hovering over me, and I couldn't see the sun shining through. But you know what I do when I feel like that? I try and do something good for myself or do something good for someone else. Now, a few days ago, when I woke up in the morning, I was feeling a little bit down because of the things you hear about in the news. It's like you turn on the news and all you see are bad things, right? You hear about the storms, you hear about the riots, you hear about the fires, and then there's the pandemic, the coronavirus on top of it. So it's so easy to let all those things overwhelm us and make us feel depressed. So a few days ago, I woke up and I said to myself, enough with these dark clouds that have been shadowing me. I decided that I was going to do something nice for myself. So I got dressed in my nicer clothes and I went and did something that I hadn't done in many months because of the pandemic. I went and had lunch at one of my favorite restaurants. And it just felt so good to be out there doing normal things. I wanted to bring normalcy to my day, enough with the clouds. So I went to my favorite restaurant. I ordered my meal. I sat in the patio, and I was the only one there. And I enjoyed my food, which was delicious. And I fed some birdies that were twittering around out there. I threw crumbs to them. I looked at the activity that was going on around me, the beautiful sky, and that did so much good. It just lifted my spirits up, and it's something that I needed so bad. And I encourage you to do the same thing. We are so good sometimes at nurturing other people that we forget to nurture ourselves. So you are worthy of nurturing, okay? So if you've been feeling a little down and blue because of the stuff that's going on in the world, I encourage you to don't let those things weigh you down and keep you from enjoying your day. Now, one way that, for me, it's immediate joy. I like to go out and do something nice for someone that is in need. And that always lifts my spirits up. And another thing that I want to talk to you about is, sometimes we may feel that we're not good enough to do certain things, okay? But that's the voice of the enemy telling you, don't even try. You don't need special education or a degree to do acts of kindness. I mean, I do them all the time. And it just makes me feel so good when I'm able to help somebody that needs a hand up, okay? And I want to encourage you, if you're feeling like I am not good enough or I'm not qualified to do these things, I want to tell you something and think about what I'm about to say, okay? Now, think about this. A snowstorm, a snowstorm. It's a little bit of a tongue twister for me. An avalanche, I can say that word better. An avalanche. Behind every avalanche is a tiny snowflake. And behind every rock slide that we hear about on the news, there is a tiny pebble. Okay, and you can be that tiny pebble. You can be that small snowflake. Okay, there's a lot of heroes out there. You know them. They're on the news. The spotlight is on them. The media is all over them. They might write books about their acts of kindness or things that they're doing. And I want you to think about this also. For every hero that you hear about on the news, that the spotlight is on them and they're getting all this media attention, in the shadows are hundreds and hundreds of people just like you and me that are doing acts of kindness, but they're in the shadows. They don't get the recognition that the other people do. They don't get spotlights put on them, but they are there, okay? They are there doing random acts of kindness, and you can be just like those people. I am perfectly happy, okay, standing in the shadows. I don't need a spotlight put on me, okay? I'm happy just standing in the shadows, doing my little bit in my corner of the world, doing my little part to help somebody. So I encourage you that if you've been thinking about doing something, do it, okay? Especially if it's going to benefit somebody that could use it. And don't worry that nobody, or that you may feel nobody is noticing your acts of kindness, okay? Maybe your acts of kindness that are done in the shadows are not noticed by your family or friends, but guess what? They are noticed by the best person, and that is my Jesus Christ. He is noticing your acts of kindness. You may not be on the news. They might not be talking about you. The spotlight not be on you. You might not be writing books about all these things you're doing. But just be content. I am content working in the shadows, okay? Because what I do, the acts of kindness that I do, I don't do them for my own glory, okay? I don't do them so that people can say, oh, look what Grace is doing, or what wonderful things she's doing. I don't care about that. I just do them because I don't know, it's in my heart to do these things. And if nobody notices, or I get criticized, because I've been criticized in the past for doing my good deeds, because people don't understand what God has sent you to do. I've been accused of doing the things I do because I want attention and I want people to say good and wonderful things about the things I do, and that's not why I do it. Okay, I don't care if anybody notices. As long as I'm doing God's work, as long as God knows that I am doing the things that He put in my heart to do, that is all that matters to me. So I encourage you to go and do your little acts of kindness. Be that little snowflake, be that little pebble, okay? So those were things that were on my mind. And don't forget to nurture yourself, okay, sweetie? That is also very important. We need to be good to ourselves, especially during these times. I tell you, there have been many, many times since this whole pandemic started that I felt depressed because I see things on the news and I'm so helpless. I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything about the people that are getting sick and dying because of the coronavirus. I can't do anything about the, like there's a fly flying around, the lords of the fly. I can't do anything about the people that have suffered because of the hurricanes and things like that. And so sometimes I feel blue. But I try not to stay in that place of darkness because it's not beneficial to you or me. You wouldn't believe it, but there's a fly that has been resting on my phone for the whole time I've been talking to you. Lord of the Flies, you know who that is, right? Maybe he's pissed off that I'm encouraging you guys. Because that's what Satan wants you to do, right? He wants you to get discouraged. He doesn't want you to get ahead, right? So I hope you got something from this video. Those were just things that were on my mind. And sometimes God puts thoughts in my head and I feel like He's telling me, talk about this. So here I am, I'm talking about this, okay? My videos are all about inspiring, encouraging, and hopefully educating you. I post different kind of videos. Some of them are about the homeless. Some of them are just random things. So here I am. Today I came to walk in the mall. I've been doing that 3 times a week ever since I retired in July. Woo-hoo. I have been walking in the mall, and when I come to walk, I try to walk between 5 and 7 miles, and that's all I do. I walk all around the mall. When I get tired, I stop and I might listen to some Christian music on YouTube, or I just sit and meditate and talk to God in my head. So, I've been trying to nurture myself, okay? That's one way I nurture myself. I know it's important for us to take care of our health, because our body, it's a gift from God that He gave to us. We're just in this body temporarily, and He wants us to take care of this body that He gave us, okay? So that's what I'm trying to do. I've taken up mall walking. I'm now officially an old geezer, okay? That's what I used to think about years ago when I'd see old people walking around the mall. Well, I'm a proud old geezer, okay? And I've been trying to stay healthy, watching what I eat. I've cut down on my meat consumption. I eat more fruits and vegetables. That's how I nurture my body. That's how I nurture this body that God gave to me, all right? And this body is the temple of God, okay? Because God dwells inside of me. And I want to be good to my body and not mistreat it. So, okay. So, like I said, I came to the mall to walk. There's almost nobody here in this part that I'm sitting in. So, no danger, okay? But I do have my mask. Everywhere I go, I wear my mask. And I encourage you to do the same thing. You know, the coronavirus is still out there, all right? And the coronavirus does not take days off, all right? There's no vacation for the coronavirus. It's still out there. It's still doing a lot of harm in people's lives. Although some people think it's a hoax, I don't think it's a hoax. So protect yourself. Do the things that they tell you to do. Be smart. Be wise, okay? God gave you wisdom. Use it, all right? It is so funny, but a couple weeks ago, I was walking in the large part of the mall, minding my own business, okay, walking in the mall. And this man passed by me. He wasn't wearing a mask. And when he saw me with my mask on, he said, "Oh, you must be a liberal." He said, "You believe everything that they feed you in the media." So I didn't say anything. I just let him pass me by. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to protect myself to the best of my ability. And I encourage you to do the same thing. Go nurture yourself, okay? However that might be. Go treat yourself to something nice. Go do something nice for someone. And when those dark clouds of depression or anxiety come over you, just get your industrial size fan and blow them away. And do something good, okay? All right, sweetie, I hope you enjoyed this video and that you got something out of it. Look, I want to show you my little thrift store top. I got this at the thrift store a couple weeks ago. I hadn't been to the thrift store in many months, you know, because I'm trying to do the right thing. And when I go out, it's mostly to do the necessary, what I have to do. I go, do what I have to do, and come back. And I try and avoid places where there's a lot of people, okay? But that day I went to the thrift store, and there wasn't a lot of people there, so, and I had my mask on, and I bought me this cute little top, okay? Because that's one way of how I treated myself. And it brought me joy to be in the thrift store doing normal things. So go and do something nice for yourself, okay? Treat yourself good. Thank you for stopping by and visiting with us. I do appreciate you coming back. If you have not subscribed to my little channel, I encourage you to do that. And I want you to know, okay? God loves you very, very much, all right? Stay safe, sweetie, and come back and visit with us. Bye-bye.